Actually, I don't. This is not my computer, so I'll just. Okay. Test. Okay. Well, it's trying to give me AI notes. It wants to record, but this is supposed to be. Okay, great. Can I get one with Jamal? Okay. And not look at you? Just pretend to what? The what? The OG team? Yeah. I'm down. Whatever Abe says we do, we do. Love you. Welcome. We're gonna get started in like 5 minutes, so we're just waiting for more people to arrive. Okay.
Hello, everybody. Hello, one more time. My name is Samuel Reed. I'm very happy to see all of you here. Just want to give you another notice. We will be getting started in about 5 minutes. So if you do have to use the restroom, this would be an amazing time. And then just an early reminder to make sure our phones are on vibrate or silent as well. Thank you again for coming out. We really appreciate y'all having here. And we'll be getting going again in about 5 minutes. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get going. So once again, I want to take a moment to thank you all for being here with us today and joining us for the Act 1 of Citadel, presented by Decoded Brain and MESA. We're looking forward to having an amazing show today. Once again, my name is Samuel Reed. I'm honored to be the MC for you all tonight. I'm one of the advisors. I'm going to be joined by some other Decoded Brain folks here. So actually, before we get going, can I have any co-advisors or any other staff that's involved with the team can show their hands? There we go. We got Andre back there. Thank you. And then again, like, this is an amazing team. They're putting a lot of stuff together, but it really does take a village. So I know that we do have some other faculty and staff. Can I have the other faculty and staff raise your hand? Or if I see we have Trustee Gibson here. Who else do we have in the crowd? Who else I see we have we got a couple other folks here. So again, one of the things I really want to celebrate with this team is they've really taken agency in their education. They're really highlighting so much of what education is about. Of course, the degrees are super important, and finding those jobs are super important, but the way that you're cultivating community, the practices that you're building, the habits that you're building, the folks who you're building with, a lot of that stuff is going to continue on long past that degree, long past those jobs that go there. And a lot of what this team has been building, of course, the intention, a lot of the hours that they're putting in there, but being able to actualize their visions and being able to step into some of these ideas that they're seeing, like, those are some of the skills, that's some of the real passion that's going to pay off and really just help you have a lot more meaningful experiences throughout your life. So again, I'm really honored to be able to be a part of this with y'all. I was a student here as well. I was a part of a proud MESA member myself and went on to get my degree in chemistry. And I very much came back to education to help students explore agency and explore how they can impact the world around them, especially when we see things like what we had happened in Pasadena right here and globally right now. So I really encourage all of you to very much tap into this experience, into this energy that they've put into this show. And I'm really honored and enjoyed and grateful to first honor Elijah to come up here and get us going as well.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. Welcome to the Citadel. My name is Elijah, and if you do not know, I am now the former president of Decoded Brain here at PCC. I worked really, really hard to make this Citadel perfect and to raise the bar as high as I could for a couple reasons. One, because this is the first Citadel, so we're kind of making history here. Two, because this is my last major project here at the PCC chapter. But most importantly, because we elected two extremely competitive students, Sai and Tani, to run Decoded Brain here at PCC. And I just want to tell them here in front of everybody that the ball's in your court now. I'd also like to say to Jason, where is he? Jason, you're going to have to publish a couple more papers before you could say you love Decoded more than me. And then I kind of want to tell you guys a bit of a personal story. By the way, our biggest fan is here. That's Abe's baby. Thank you. So I've been taking the 180 from Vine Station in Hollywood to Colorado Boulevard every morning. I'm the first one to get on, and I'm the last one to get off. I never miss my stop because the bus driver can't go home unless I get off the bus. It takes me about 2 hours to get here, and I've been taking it for about 2 years now. I like to think that at this point, I know pretty much everybody on the 180 because I take it all the time. And I like to nod at people even if they don't know who I am, because there's a bond between people who travel together. And a lot of wonderful things have happened on the 180 that I didn't expect. I've read more books than I've ever read in my whole life, and I've had enough time to reflect on every chapter and subchapter of my life. For example, when I was younger, I took online acting classes. In case you didn't know, I used to be a filmmaker before doing engineering. And I remember my instructor telling me that if you want to succeed in the film industry, which is extremely brutal, you need to have a solid mentality to succeed. And what he said was, there's a lot of sacrifice to get where you need to go. And what's very important is that you see your life as if you're on a bus and you're going somewhere. And you need to know where you're going, and you need to know who's on your bus. And so your family is not always going to be on the bus. Your friends are not always going to be on the bus. But what matters most is that you just don't get off the bus. And you're guaranteed to get where you need to go. So where are we all headed? If you're one of the 20 teams that are presenting later in the afternoon, please nod. It's bus etiquette. We're on our way right now to do a few things here at Decoded Brain at PCC and in general for academia. One is we're trying to foster a space where students feel comfortable to ask big questions. For example, science is a dinner table discussion. It is not exclusive to the classroom. You don't have to roll your eyes if someone tells you that physics is super fun. Wow, this has been a long time coming, guys. This has been a long time coming. So to ask big questions, you need to be immersed in an environment where all questions are respected and people feel respected. And that's why the first requirement to join our open labs is to have humility and also to have kindness. And if we can establish those with you, then our next goal is to foster care. Because there are no smart people. There are only those who care more than others. Another thing about the Citadel that I think makes it special is that we're not looking for some of the smartest people on campus to come present here. We're more interested in looking for ordinary people who are interested in doing extraordinary things. And that's why everybody presenting today are people who started with us and ended with us. Nobody was spared the roast. Another thing is we're trying to change the student-teacher dynamic. We don't want students learning how to wait for instructions. You can get really good at learning how to wait. You can become a professional waiter. What we're trying to do is we're trying to teach students how to think. And we're trying to teach them to come to us when they need something, and we're trying to get out of their way if we don't have what they need. Because what matters is what we have the same ultimate goal, which is we're trying to learn. And so whoever gets there first gets to play teacher for the day. We're also trying to bring the arts and sciences closer together, and that's something you'll kind of see with Cortexa here. So Julius and I worked all semester long trying to book the Westerbeck and the two CA rooms, the drawing rooms on the rooftop of the CA building, which I hope you guys will attend Act 2, because we believe that science is also an expression of the human spirit. And that's why our posters will be displayed on easels the same way you would see paintings. And I really hope you guys breathe in the posters the same way you would look at a nice painting at a museum, because if something catches your gaze, it might teach you something about your own curiosity. But another reason why we booked the CA and we worked really hard to get these spaces is because the architects who designed the R building, where most of my STEM classes are the same architects who designed Azkaban. There's absolutely no windows. And we saw that the lighting, the natural lighting, would be a huge deal for you guys to appreciate all the work that has been done this semester. And finally, we're also working to acquire a permanent space for student-led research. I know there's professors here and a lot of professors on campus that would really benefit from a space for lab space for student-led research. And we believe, and the reason why we're working for this now, is because we're now at a point where we have the tools and the organizational structure to manage such a space pretty efficiently, and that will go through more deeply in today's presentation later on open labs. You're about to see some of the most ambitious projects across all of campus, and you're going to have the chance to interact with their creators in the afternoon. If you're still not impressed, just wait. I'd also like to conclude for now by thanking MESA for not only sponsoring us, but for being a partner in crime to put this together. They helped make Open Labs a reality. They've also made the Citadel something extremely special. I'd like to thank CCG for supporting our business team in the business affairs of getting this all put together. And I'd also like to thank PCC for my free bus pass. Enjoy the show, guys.
Hi, everyone. My name is Abe. I don't have much to say, but I do have something to show you. And I hope that it can honor your attention. I think that behind every scientific endeavor, every research question, these questions are always nested inside a why.
I think the brain in general is this very high mountain that is worth climbing.
The mind that we hold as human beings is a seat of every value and ethical judgment that we make. So the best way to understand the human mind is really to understand the brain.
I think that direct brain-computer communication is a game changer for the way we live our lives.
And so all of these ingredients offered a great opportunity to establish a neuroscience organization, a neuroscience club here at Pasadena State College.
There was a need for that on campus. Like a lot of more people wanted to be in an environment where they could like flirt with the idea that they could publish and that would be taken like seriously, and there would be someone to tell them like, oh, there is a path to actually do that. And I was interested in bringing that to our community college, which is usually a place that kind of feels like an airport where people are kind of waiting to see where they're going to go next. But instead we created a little bubble where time kind of slows down and you can ask these very big questions that it's kind of not expected of you to ask these questions until you go to a larger university with bigger facilities.
Decoded Brain is special because there are so many students who are working so hard to create something really good for the community. What makes Decoded Brain unique is the opportunity for students to publish their paper under the community college system.
And our scope of interest is not just limited to publishing papers. We actually want to have a little fun while we're at it.
We are constructing a dress to put lights that'll reflect her brainwaves onto the dress. So for us, we have to figure out how the lights are going to be put on the dress, and we have to construct the dress itself. So that's thinking about fabrics, lines, the style of the dress. We have to think about what Anita's comfortable with. And then we have to think about colors and just like overall structure. Doing something is the best way to learn it, because you can talk about theory all you want, but until you actually like apply that, it's really hard. Like with sewing, you can talk about doing a sample any certain way, but until you actually like do that sample or try to figure it out, you're never really gonna like know how to do it.
A big part of what drew me to this club in general was the fact that we can build skill sets. The entire point of this project was really to capture the brainwaves, more specifically the data picked up from the EEG headsets. And that's a headset that we have where we're able to pick up the signals sent from the brain. This is going to be the last little computer or Raspberry Pi that is going to be what feeds the information into the lights. So this is going to be what takes the information that has been gathered so far and creates the instructions that are going to therefore tell the lights what color to be based off the amplitude of the brain waves.
Terminology from Decoded Brain has been interesting, and then seeing how they're doing it, and then like us trying to like come together and figure it out together.
So today we were trying to complete the light setup, the final setup for our lights. That entails soldering all of the lights and the wires together. In total, it's about 10 meters of wires and lights.
We need the voices from Decoded Brain, because we're like, oh, well, this is how we think we're gonna put the lights in, and then, no, that's not how we could put the lights in, because that's not how things work.
We had some complications because we had two kinds of lights from two different companies, and we thought we would run into a problem with the lights communicating with each other. But we just were able to get the lights all communicating with each other, and our problems became successes in the end.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Jason. Tell me, why is it an interesting scientific experiment to see what's going on in Jason's brain?
We all know Jason is a fast mover. He's always on the ball. So I don't know if we wanted to see what's going on in his brain, but we got the opportunity to see what's going on. And you know, his brain was able to control the intensity of the lights, which was awesome, because I think that was our first example of interpreting the neural data through the lights in real time. So
His lights were a little too intense, huh?
his lights were very intense, which was expected.
The paper that I wrote about is on Alzheimer's and using a machine learning model to predict whether a patient has Alzheimer's or not based off their brain signals. The main motivation to pursue something like this and to write this paper is because when I was a senior in high school, when I was 17 years old, my mom was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Hearing the diagnosis from the doctor when I was such a young age was really terrifying to me. To be honest, I don't really remember a life before my mom was diagnosed, so this has had huge ramifications on how my adult life has played out. To conduct this type of research, especially research that I'm very interested in, which is AI and machine learning, and to use it for something that's good and to help potentially find a cure for Alzheimer's is really important to me. Decoded Brain is a community of like-minded students where we tackle a lot of big projects and we do research so that we can foster an environment where we're very collaborative, very just stimulating, and we're all just helping each other. I really like the mantra of iron sharpens iron, and the whole community is essentially just one big accountability partner. And so when you're in an environment like that, you're just driven to succeed like your fellow peers. And I've been very fortunate to be motivated by my peers, and now I want to be a source of motivation for other people.
Jason Lee, one of the project leads for Decoded Brain, he's the one who influenced me to start going to the meetings on Fridays. And at first I was like, I wasn't used to Friday meetings, like especially from 9 to 5 p.m., such a long period of time, longer than any class I've ever taken. But I think what really drove me to stay is seeing so many motivated people around me, motivated peers around me, and who each want to do their own thing.
There's so much potential with this organization. And it's not because of like the research we're doing, but because of the community we created.
I'm pretty sure I've learned some leadership skills, maybe I would say, but also I really learned how to appreciate others' work and give it really good constructive feedback.
I really think the idea that a community college student can go beyond what is expected of a community college student, I think that's a fascinating idea, that we can actually start to dream and do things that are beyond the norm.
They love to work, they love to help you. They will always give a really good feedback. They will support you if you need that. That's why if you need that support, you have to join.
I've never been more excited to be of any support to Decoded Brain and here at the Success Centers for Business and Technology. We just strive to support in any way possible.
Here at Pasadena City College, it's easier to make connections if you join clubs. There are so many options on campus.
The thing I enjoy the most is the people.
Meeting people from such different backgrounds, all different walks of life, I think is very eye-opening, and it's kind of opened my mind to be more interested in other people, to be curious about others first and being able to learn from them.
I really like to be in this community, and it's giving me a lot of opportunities.
I always thought electronics was the magic, but now that I realize maybe the real magic are the people behind the electronics.
And you feel that you can go and climb this mountain.
I feel honored to be surrounded by these students that want a little bit more than what can be offered in the classroom.
I think the people in the neuroscience community are very courageous.
I think it's a very noble task, really, to attempt to understand this organ, brain tissue between our ears, with the desire to understand more about the mind and therefore more about ourselves. I think most of the problems that we face have to do with how we think. We can accomplish a lot by surveying, examining our brain.
We're looking at an organ that understands or is trying to understand the universe. So now you're peeking back into the thing that's trying to ask the question.
And why is that meaningful? Why would we want to understand the thing that is trying to grasp the nature of the universe?
Why not?
Thank you. Thank you. All right, so what did you think? DB for life, DB for life. So, the purpose of this film, you know, if you take neuroscience seriously, you'll probably realize that about 30 minutes your hippocampus is going to forget everything you just watched. But if you do forget everything about today, just don't forget this, that this is about community, and it has always been about community. And when the community comes together, we build interesting things, extraordinary things, and there's something that I would like to show you. You might be wondering what it is. And it is my pleasure to present to you Cortexa and Anita. Give them a warm applause, please.
So thank you. While we're going to have a moment to get set up. So this is just an amazing, so can we get one more round of applause for just the amazing work that they've already put together? Thank you. It's just so much of the work that they're doing is really just a testament to their audacity to dream and to really just build together. So much of what they're doing is just coming together. So it's just an honor to see these, you know, them putting together this thing for this culminating event here. So, you know, just keep your eyes peeled. You know, we're going to be doing something really exciting right now. And just another reminder that they're going to be going again from 4 to 6 tonight, too. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, sorry. Sorry, they completely threw me off right now. Yeah, this is it. Got it. Yeah. Oh, thank you again. So again, just another testament to the value community. I got totally thrown. I thought I messed something up right here. But again, that was really brilliant. So I mean, again, my ultimate question right there, I just love the way that Elijah ended that with that question, why not? So again, it's like we oftentimes think about this, like someone mentioned in the video as well, like this being like the airport, you're waiting to kind of spiral out to see what that next location is going to be. But you've already arrived, you're already valid, you already have the brilliance here, and being able to leverage the resources and the community that you have here can be something that's really transformative. You know, you can really come together and make something that's really special. So we're going to continue to give them a little bit of a moment right now, but you know, there's so many ways that we can have, so many ways that we can really leverage these platforms right now to really shine right now. So we're going to be able to transition right into their moment right now. So give us one more round of applause for them to get going with Cortexa.
Oh, that last song was called All of Me. This next song is called Summertime. Hope you enjoy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Can we get one more round of applause? That was amazing. Thank you. So we're going to continue the program along, and as we talked about it taking a village, I'm honored to welcome up next our director of our MESA program here, Mr. Julius Dutoy.
Perfect, thank you. And so for those who don't know me, my name is Julius Dutoy. I'm the MESA director here at Pasadena City College, and I wanted to do two things while I was up here. The first one is just explain what the MESA program is for those of you who don't know, and secondly, also explain why we got roped into this whole thing. And so I'll start with the first one, which is a little easier, which is the MESA program. So it stands for Math, Engineering, Science Achievement Program. And so this is a state-funded program. So about 115 of the 116 California community colleges have a MESA program. But I like to think that the Pasadena chapter is unique for doing things like this with the clubs that are here. And we really have one goal, and that's to help first-generation students transfer in a STEM pathway. And so how we do that, all sorts of things. We have tutoring, we have workshops, we send students on field trips, we send students on conferences, we pay for hotels, flights, anything to really get students a chance to get exposed to career as well as academics. And even just this last Friday, we were at Physics of Disney, so I went to Disneyland with the students. And I think it ties kind of nicely back into what we're doing here. So one thing that I did want to do as a MESA director and is really important for students is to engage in research. And one reason is, well, research shows that research helps students to transfer, to find that drive, and to figure out what they want to do in life. Because even when they're in MESA, they may know that they want to be a STEM major, but I'm even okay if they realize maybe they don't want to be a STEM major or something else. I'm really kind of there more for them to figure out whatever it is they want to do, and if MESA could help them, then I'm all for it. So really, one thing I was looking for was a chance for students to be creative. I'm also math faculty here, and one thing that I do even in the classroom is I always try to look for an opportunity for students to think, which sounds kind of silly, like maybe you think that's what you're doing in class, but that's not always true. Elijah had said it earlier, that often what we do in a classroom is we student, which is a term that is actually used in research, is you're studenting. You're getting out your pencil, your laptop, because that's what you've been studenting your whole life. And so you're really good at studenting. But maybe you're just writing down everything that I'm saying up on the board, but then when's the opportunity for you to really take that in your own direction? Sometimes as an instructor too, I play a lot of video games. And so I'll talk about math in terms of like a tutorial, where sometimes if you play Zelda, you have to do all these weird orientation things at first. Like you're like, oh, you have to use the block button and then do this move. But then eventually you go out in the world and it's up to you. If you want to do that move to defeat this enemy, great. If you want to do that move, you can do whatever you want. And so sometimes as an instructor, I'm not sure if I always hit that, but in the MESA program, I really wanted a chance to say, hey, how can I get these students to think? And then I kind of stumbled in on Decoded Brain. Seeing them come in on Fridays, when you walk in, you could already see these students are already doing all their own stuff. They're already thinking, they're talking with each other, they're self-driven, they already kind of know, they're making their own decisions there with everything they've gained from their classes. I don't want to like completely divorce it from their classwork. I think that's important. I'd be out of a job, so I'm going to say it's important, and it is, to have some of that guidance and that scaffolding, right? And so I think Decoded Brain, what they've done is such a great addition to really what Pasadena City College has here, and something an instructor can think about, how can I adopt some of that model into my classroom? And why I really think I really wanted to do it too is also research shows this, and something I wanted to build in the MESA program is it's the community. And this came out in the documentary, is seeing the smiling faces, seeing them all together. Even when you're having trouble with your research project or it doesn't come out the way that you wanted it to, you still remember, you still had a great experience, you're still smiling, you're still laughing, you're still having fun. And there's something about going through a challenge with somebody that brings you together. I remember having kids, if you could believe it. I have 4. I know it's crazy. Yeah, I can't put them back or something, have them. But either way, that was an experience, man, and I'll always remember it. And it made me think about it when Cortexa and Nita were up here. You'll probably forget a lot of the things that I'm saying, but because we tie in that art and we have emotion here, and that's something that's happening with Decoded Brain every day, is you put your heart in it. And the people in Decoded Brain, it's not my specialty in the brain, but I do believe there's something to, you remember things more when you have emotion like intertwined with it, when you have like some sort of thing that you can point back to. And I think I'll always remember sitting in here, watching the documentary, watching the band play, and I'll remember that event. I'll be like, oh yeah, I do remember that. That was amazing. So when Elijah, and this is how I'll kind of turn it over, is I want to thank Elijah for just allowing me to be a part of this really more than anything. I was happy to do it because it was special, and I thought it would help my students. And so when we gather again today, later at 3:45, 4 o'clock-ish, on the 3rd floor of the CA building, some of the MESA students joined in with the Decoded Brain students and this open lab kind of project. And just seeing them they're coming into the MESA Center more because they're talking about their projects. They're more involved in my program because of this program. And so again, I want to thank Elijah for just letting me be part of this. And so I wanted to come up here and at least say hi to everyone. You could think about the MESA program if you know anyone, first generation who's looking to transfer in STEM. I'd be so happy for them to be part of our program at Pasadena and really join our community and get opportunities like this. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it along to the man, Elijah, right here.
Thank you so much. I myself am a MESA student, and I've been very fortunate to receive the support that MESA has offered us to continue doing what we're doing. Today I'm going to be sharing for the next 10 minutes before we wrap up, and then we'll be going to Act 2, which will be at 4 o'clock. That's where the real business is at. So I'm going to be showing you guys how this is all possible. So today we're going to talk about something called Open Labs. So we've been doing research in the library for about 2 years now. And we're very multidisciplinary at Decoded Brain. So we range from engineers to neuroscientists to psychology and all the above, all the in between. But I myself am an engineer. And so I like building tools to make our lives easier. And so ever since the beginning, when we started doing research, we started trying to find ways of like, well, how can we organize our work? How can we pretty much communicate our work a lot faster? And so we built a software system called Open Labs to help us do it all. This semester, we served 100 students in 20 teams across 2 campuses, and those are going to become 4 campuses in fall. We have received about 288, the last time I checked, RMs. You guys are really roasting each other hard. So an RM is something I'll explain in a bit. It's kind of a journal that we journal to each other every Friday night, and we roast each other over the weekends. So we've received 300 of those. It's a lot. It's only been 2 semesters. You guys are crazy. So this system has helped us manage our communications and has helped us, you could say, organize and make sure that everybody receives the same amount of support during their time with us as they do research. So let's talk a bit more about it. So Open Labs is a research platform. It actually is a platform that exists within an application. It is built with the Notion app. We build this custom to our own needs. Usually when clubs start up here on campus, they receive a constitution that tells them how to organize themselves, and that's pretty much it. The rest is up to you. So we took that as like, okay, well, we have a lot of freedom, so now we can make exactly what we want. So we built Open Labs. Open Labs is industry software. We do pay for it, and it is something that a lot of great companies use, including OpenAI and Volvo. I grew up with a Volvo, so I'm very proud to be using this. The Notion ambassador actually works with us. So I get on 3 a.m. calls to work with someone in Germany from the Notion company to actually help us build it. The Notion company even sponsored us because they were super happy with what we were building and how we're innovating academia with their tools. We're on our way to also acquire the next level, which is enterprise software with them. So basically they'll send a delegate from their company to help us even go beyond what they currently offer, so we can completely customize it to what we need. So we do have an advantage, I'll be honest. Like we're far beyond a student club at this point because of these tools. So what is it exactly? So it's kind of like a social network for researchers. So imagine Facebook, imagine LinkedIn or all these things, but it's not for just hanging out or meeting people. It's to showcase your work. It's a one-place stop where you can showcase all your work. These are all the things that we've done just in the last 2 semesters. So you can be nosy and see what everybody else on campus is actually working on. And so we have a really good idea what everybody's doing at every single step of the way. We've built research profiles that are attached to the work that you do with us. So as you progress with us, everything's in one place. So imagine it like a deeper resume. And I actually was able to share this resume of mine with an internship, and that was an internship I got for this summer. So I'll be doing brain-computer interface research in the University of Washington at Harbor University. Thank you so much. So this profile I was able to share with them, and it was a one-stop for them, for my PI to actually look into, and he got really interested in some of the research that I've done, including Cortexa and the nuclear app. And so it was very easy for me to share everything that I'd done in the last 2 years. It's also allowing us to manage collaborations cross-campus. So we are expanding, and so at any moment in time, I can catch up with what my friends in UCSD are doing. And I'll soon be able to catch up with more because, you know, we started out here at PCC with our president, Sai. He's managing our Decoded chapter here. We also expanded to UC San Diego recently. We have some of our UCSD friends here. Well, let's welcome them. Thank you. Thank you for coming. They drove 2 hours just to come see the Citadel. We're also expanding to UC Riverside this coming fall, so that's another big step. And congrats again to Abraham for getting into Yale. We're going to be expanding to our first Ivy. Beautiful picture. So how does it work for us? So we have everyone gets their own project page. So as a researcher, it's all the tools you need in one place. And we're slowly embedding more and more software so that as a researcher, you'll never really have to leave your project page. So now we have calendars, we have a task list. It's a one-stop for you to submit your RMs and your notes. In the notes, you can even like integrate other applications like Miro, GitHub, and so forth. So all the things, we're also working on a Zotero integration. That's very important for researchers to add their citations for whatever paper they're working on. So that's all going to be in one place. This is what a roast me is. So as you can see, it looks kind of like a Star Wars credit. That's Arsam's RM. It's his second RM when he joined. This graph will show you how many RMs we've collected over time. That's a real graph I checked like 2 days ago. And that's Jackie's quote. He's actually here today. So we invented something called roast culture on campus. So back when we were at the library, we knew that it was not only important that we did research, but that we established the culture necessary for us to there is a culture that comes with scientific research, and you really got to get beyond your ego. You got to be you don't want to sugarcoat anything. You want the hardcore truth, and you want it right away so that you can actually make adjustments. So that's in the research community, we strongly appreciate that you say what you think, and that you point out flaws in our own reasoning, because when we reason together, we can get just a tad bit closer to the truth. Like even then, we're still far away from it. And so we started roast culture. We all agreed, and we were like in the library, some of the OG people are actually here. And we agreed, we were like, okay, let's put all feelings aside and let's be honest. And so we started roasting each other on the work. So every week we would come and present our work to each other, and everyone would have the chance to be like, I like that and I don't like that. And this is what you can improve. And so this became the weekly tradition. So every week we would come and we'd get feedback, and then you'd have one more week to fix what you did last week and then move on. So the RM became our tradition at Decoded Brain, and so we implemented it custom into the system. And so now the system checks if you've submitted an RM every Friday night. And so what it is, it's less of an update, it's more of you journaling about your thought process. So you're saying how you thought, how you went about your problems, and it's all documented into a template. And so once you fill that up, we spend the weekend doing reviews. So the reviewers come in, and those are Decoded Brain members that are trained. We meet basically once a week to teach people how to give constructive feedback. Right? It's very easy to point of what you don't like, but it's very difficult to say why you don't like it, and how that's actually useful for the person receiving. And so what we do these collective roast sessions for 1 hour every Saturday now, where we and all the project leads get together, and one person volunteers to roast in front of everybody. And now we roast the roaster. So that's how deep we're going, because it's very important that we train people on how to not deliver compliments, because compliments are easy, but valuable feedback. These are what we call spotters. So we had recently called them project leads, but in the new system, they're going to be called spotters. This is going to be important because we're going to be running workshops, hopefully in fall, on how to actually be a spotter. And this is something that any sub-organization on campus can do. We also have mentored initiatives within the system. Jason actually taught an AI course this whole semester, so now we have students teaching students. We taught 8 students artificial intelligence over the course of 1 semester, and we produced 8 weeks of a course that is now posted online. These are called mentored initiatives because basically these are people teaching others what they have done before. We've also created a really unique system because, you know, it's very difficult to have lab equipment. Not everybody has access to that. So the system also supports us to keep track of all the things we own. We now own almost $10,000 worth of equipment that are spread across different corners because we don't have lab space. So to keep track of all of that, we actually built a system where we tagged every single item. And the system allows users that are onboarded into the system to easily borrow what they need and to get approval from the board so that we can keep track of where everything is. So we've built this huge decentralized network so we can manage this underground community here at PCC. And we're working really hard right now because we're hoping that by the beginning of fall, we'll have a beta version that is actually able to host literally as many sub-organizations as possible. So what this means is every club on campus would have the ability to use what we are using. Now, why is this important? Because when we first started, many students would actually come to us and be like, hey, we really dig your organization, but I like chemistry. And I'll be like, well, there's chemistry in the brain. But they wanted to do, like, you know, there's other things they want to explore. Like now we have teams that are doing rocketry. We have teams that are building cars. Lancer Dynamics will be with us in the later segment showcasing some of the rockets that they've built. And they really wanted to use, what we found is that the system that we built was not just useful to the brain community, but far beyond that. And so we wanted to open source, and thanks to MESA for supporting us to continue developing. We're going to be bringing this to fall to every club on campus so that you guys can also continue doing research in not only STEM, but finance, economics, law, anything you're thinking of. We hope that anything outside of the classroom could be easily managed with this, and it's going to be free for you guys because it's free for us. So that's coming, and that's what Open Labs is all about. I'm going to hand over to Sam, and he can tell you about what to expect for the next in the next 2 hours. Thank you.
Thank you. And again, one more time for Elijah, one more time for everybody, for all the Decoded Brain team. Thank you again, y'all. So my last little note is here, just being able to thank all of you all for, you know, making time out of your day and coming here for Act 1. But definitely know around 3:45 we'll be gathering for Act 2 outside of the CA gallery on the other side of this building out here. So definitely please come through to that. But as we're here today, I want to thank you all for your time and your attention, and just knowing that as you're coming through here, I don't know how familiar all of you are with the observer effect, but just understanding the impact that you can have on the world around you just by observing it. So when you observe an electron, you change the state of it. So like all of right now, there's all this marvelous positive energy that we've been coming through here and continuing to build on the additional efforts like this. So just continue putting your effort and your energy into amazing things like this, and I promise you we'll be able to create more brilliant things like this as well, and continue to see yourselves in a lot of these seats. So even if there's not an infrastructure built there, tap into communities like this, and you never know the avenues that you'll have. An additional thing that I don't think that they've recognize the impact they're doing as well. Some of the Decoded Brain students are also looking to push through for an internship for international students as well. So really, the nature of which that they're building here, I think that they really underscore the way that they're really being able to build community and build bridges for folks and make possibility for people to come from across the globe here to see themselves as well. So one more time, thank all of you again for coming here today and joining us for Act 1, and there's still more in store today for you as well.